All right, class.
Yes.
Okay, let's try this again. Try this again. Come on. Come on now. Let me feel it. Make me feel it. Class.
Yes.
Thank you. You can at least pretend like you're excited to be here because that makes me excited to be here. So, on my problem that I'm working on today, we left off right here where it says making a histogram. So for those people following along on the video, currently this is what you're going to do. You're going to hit pause. You're going to hit pause, but not until I say so. You're going to hit pause and then you're going to enter these data. All these data points in a new document. Okay? So otherwise you're going to struggle here on copying everything down while we're talking about it. So, right now we're going to do a new document. So, hit home, hit new document, and then what comes after that? Listed spreadsheet. Now, go ahead and pause it right here and enter your stuff. I'm going to pull up my calculator. So, I hit home, new document, and list and spreadsheet. So, if you copied stuff down, what do I have to call this column here? I heard it? Credits. So we always have to label our tables. So in this first one right here, call it credits. Next one down. And from here, we are just going to go ahead and start entering data. So mine is, and let's see if I can zoom in a little bit better. Okay, so a little bit better, but I just needed to be able to see it so I could enter it. Now, the calculator will put them in numerical order for you. You just need to make sure you go through and enter. So 10, 15, 24, 36, 48, 45, 42, 53, 60, 17, 24, 30, 33, 45, 48, 62, 54, 60. Okay, it's almost like the instructions are right here under number 1. Says, get calculator, home, new document, list spreadsheet, label first column credits, and type in all the values. There we go. As long as we're not sleeping through this, our calculator should be in our hand right now. We're over here. Now, we're going to go on to the next step. We still haven't answered number 1. We still haven't answered 1. We're going to get 1 as we go through and do this. It says right here, it says create the graph. There's a shortcut to do this. I didn't even know this shortcut until I actually got to this point. All you do is hit Control-I. So if you guys could actually make sure you have that in your notes circled for the shortcut, it's Control-I. Control and the letter I brings up this. And we're going to do data statistics. Data statistics, which is option 5. It says label the X and hit enter. We called it credits. There we go. And I'm just following the list as it goes. Menu, plot type, histogram. So I'm going to hit menu, plot type, histogram. There we go. Makes that nice pretty bar graph for me. Nice and easy, right? Is anyone having trouble getting to this point here? Anyone, please speak now or forever hold your peace. If you got a problem, you'll all solve it. So you didn't enter the data. So all this is your data, and you name it credits. Did someone say 5 row? Yeah. All right. What's up, Boomer? Would you write? Oh, you didn't write it down? Okay, so let me see. So menu, right, and then after that you're going to do histogram. Yep, and label your X. So label your X, click the label. So now you're at the point for me. Ah, here it is. Okay. Do not write on this because it's my very last one. Sorry. Okay, right here. Okay, these things you guys are writing in. Okay. So these are my last ones. I'll write on this. So this is for you like that. Okay. Alright, so right there. Okay, so now you're down. So we're down here on the bottom, right? There we go. And so the next one, we hit Control I. And we want data statistics. Very good. And label your X. What are we going to label it? So X. There we go. And then now it goes to menu. Where's it? Where's the next right here? Menu. There we go. Yeah. Huh? Okay. Okay, so now we have this, right? Menu, font type, and this. Okay, so look, menu, font type. So you're following this right here. Okay? All right, now let's look at these things in our data. Look at the things in our data. So I'm looking at this now, and let's look for this. Determine the width. We're going to do this here in a moment. So we're going to determine the width. So fix settings. Now we're going to fix settings. So that's the next part we're going to do. Fix settings. So following that, menu, plot properties. We just, but that's the reason why every step is written down for you. Or at least you wrote it down, right? That's why I said it's important to be able to copy. Menu. Plot properties. Histogram properties. I want bin settings. It's right there. You wrote it down. I'm following this. Option 4. We're on 4. Plot, histogram, bin settings, equal bin width. Select your width and the lowest value to align. Okay? So, this one right here. And equal bin. So, let's say we're going to have, did this one say what our, so their width is 5. There we go. And what was my smallest data here? So I'll do it again. So menu, plot properties, histogram, bin settings equal bin. And what was our smallest data here? Because I didn't change that one right there. It was 10. 10 was my smallest data, and that's where I'm going to enter 10. If you look at the homework, if you're looking at the homework, there is a question, and it tells you what your width is going to be. This one right here, what is the width of all my data? What is the width of all my data? 5. It's 5, isn't it? So I can count in between 10 and 15, there is 5. Now, I'll show you something really neat that my calculator will do also. When you have to talk about your intervals and you have to write down your intervals, if you look right here, this one, the second bar, is between 15 and 20. And how many points of data are there? 2. That's the frequency. So if you can't tell where it goes from where to where, just mouse over it. That gives you everything you need for that plot type. So let's take a look. And the last thing that it says, we're going to do menu, window zoom, and I only want it just for the data that I have. So I'm going to fix the window, so I'm just going to go zoom data. So it's only going to do what I have. So if you notice, mine's already set up here. Yours might be a little bit different because the calculator itself says what the data should be. Yes? No? Maybe? Because when we do these, every set of data is going to be different. So you're going to see this and it's going to change. But mine's the same because I taught this last class and my window's already set there. Is there any questions? Is that pretty easy there? Okay, let's go back and answer some questions from this then. So our width, we said the width is, the width was what? 5, very good. So the width is 5. Okay, we already did all those things right there, right? We came up with this. Now, interpreting the histogram. Interpreting the histogram. So, right here, we're going to look at this. And let's take a look. How many students have 40 or more credits for graduation? Let's look at here. We have credits, right? So I'm going to start right here. What's the frequency on this first one? 3, very good. What's the frequency on the second one? 2. Third one?
3.
Fourth one?
5.
5? Yep. Is that 5? Yeah. 2 and very good. All right, how many students have 40 or more? So what do you think I should do to try and figure out how many have 40 or more? Say it loud and clear. Anyone take a guess? There we go, add them. Add them together, right? So start at 40, which gives me, there's 5 there, right? And or more, so I'm going to add that to the 2 and the 3, because those are more than 40. So total, I'm going to have how many? 10. That's a 10. Wow, ugly 10. Now, to figure out the percent, I'm going to give you the formula for it. It's always going to be my number. That's actually a number sign. It's not hashtag and it's not pound. Okay, it's a number sign. Divided by total. So the number we're referring to, so what number are we talking about right now? What's the number we're talking about here? Come on, come on. Students is that. So it's referring to my previous answer, right?
What's that?
10, yes. That's what it means. It's referring to 10. because 10 is my previous answer, and we're not texting while I'm trying to speak, right? Because that would be sad, especially if you're sitting up front. So, I'm going to put this in here. So, my number is now 10 over... Now, to get the total, what would I do? To get the total, what should I do? It's getting pretty scary here because no one's saying much of anything.
Add all of them together.
Exactly. Add them all together, right? It should, I'm hoping. So you guys following here on this, or am I just like losing everyone? So we're adding them all together. So 3 plus 2 is? Plus 3 is? 8 plus 5? Plus 2? Plus 3? So my total is 18. Now, to get my percent, I have to use Control, Enter. Control Enter, and it's going to give me, what's that going to be? So 0.55. I'm taking a guess, so please someone correct me on this.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, so we get 0.55. Did anyone actually do the math or no?
Yeah.
Everyone just like looking at me awkwardly? And they're not texting, they're actually calculating. Now, 0.55 is what percent? What is it? Is that 55%? It's 55%. So that's how we get the percent for any of the answers that it's asking for a percent. Okay. Which class has the lowest frequency? Which class is the lowest? 20 to 30, right? We have from 20 to 30. Is there another one? That's the same, right? If they're the same value, then they're both the lowest, right? Now, we're going to draw the center line here. Center line right in the middle. Bam, right there. Is there more on the right side or the left side, or is this symmetrical? Almost, but there's more on the, very good, that's what I'm looking for. So if there's more on the right side, what's that special word that we're looking for here, Candy? Are you trying to Google it? Okay, so this is, if there's more on the right side, this is going to be the left what? Skew. This is skewed left. This is going to be skewed left. Now, it's slightly skewed left. Just slightly though. But that's going to help me. Do you expect the mean to be bigger or smaller than the median? So let's go back in our notes to look at skewed left. What does skewed left have for me? Here it is right here. So right here at the middle, here's my skewed left. Which one is bigger? The mean. So this is what it's going to look like all the time. So if it's skewed left, the median is bigger. Right? Does that make sense? So do you guys have this here? Because this is a test question. There's actually like 2 test questions on this, where you will have to answer given a graph and just look at it like that. Hint, hint, test question. Hint, hint, everyone better get 100% on that one. Okay? Yeah, don't look at me in that tone of voice. Seriously. All right. So, median's going to be bigger. So let's go back. Mean to be bigger or smaller. Okay, so the mean is going to be smaller, right? Very good. That's what we're putting there. There we go. Because the mean is smaller. All right. Any questions? No? All right. That's it. So I'm going to stop the recording here.